Well, then
Yeah.
let's go ahead and jump right in then so we can get over to the juicy topic at hand, which is since you guys ended up matching, have you guys gone on a date?
I feel like the day after was like a date, I guess.
Okay, so after filming, you guys went out?
Yeah, for brunch.
Oh, okay. So how was that planned? How would everything go? Let me know.
I mean, if he wants to talk, he can.
Okay, go ahead, Cliff.
So I mean, basically, she had a flight to catch that next morning. And I
Okay.
decided, she was close near to the airport, so it was a little breakfast brunch like snooze eatery. So I decided we
Oh, I
can,
like snooze.
yeah. So I decided, let's just go there for brunch and catch up and try to get to know each other and talk a little bit. So I decided to take her to snooze, so we went to snooze for brunch that morning.
Okay. How'd that go? How was it for you, Cliff?
It went well. I feel like it went well. We had good conversation. We had mimosas, drinks. We got
Okay.
to feel her energy a little bit more. So I feel like the vibe was pretty smooth for me. When that
Okay.
was the first time us one on one. So it was pretty cool for me though, for the most part.
Okay. How was it for you, Ro?
It was okay. I mean, I enjoyed myself. I mean, it was a few things that I was noticing during the brunch, but overall it was okay.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
what? What were you noticing?
I already addressed it to Cliff. Like, I feel like it was just like some topics that were being brought up a lot, and it was kind of like why were we discussing it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Cliff, did you want to touch on that?
Basically, basically the topic that she saying that I brought up was she asked me a question about from the show who was what the females that popped me, and I explained to
Mm-hmm.
her one of the contestants that one of the females that popped me, but I guess she said I brought that up multiple times when we were out or when we was there, but I don't feel like
Like you
I feel.
brought up the other contestant or you brought up being popped?
Well, I told her about who the female was that popped me, and I guess she felt like I brought it up so many times, but I mean she asked me the question, I explained it to her, so. But she said I brought it up multiple times. I don't really recall bringing it up that many times, but I guess in her mindset, she said I brought it up multiple times. So I don't know.
Okay. Ro?
I don't remember asking you about it because I know that you had discussed it like prior that night, like when we were in the car, and it wasn't. She wasn't the only one that popped on you. You have to remember that. But I feel like she was being brought up more just because y'all had common interest. So I feel like maybe your mindset was somewhere else, if that makes sense.
Well,
Okay, so you feel like, oh, sorry, Cliff, go
I
ahead.
mean, we was eating that night when we went out. She had asked me the question, like, who was the, because she was curious, like, who was the ones that popped, and I explained who the ones was, but it was one that I did explain that I did have a little more similar interest with, which I can't deny and lie about that. But yeah, I mean, that was the truth, but fact. But I don't feel like I brought it up constantly, but I did explain to her who it was. So I mean, and I just left it at that. But I mean, I feel she felt like I said it more than multiple times. So I guess it is, it is what it is on
Okay.
that.
So, Ro, you feel like that other contestant was more his type? Is that what, like, is that the
Um,
vibe that you were getting,
I
or?
I can't say type, like he said, like more. They had just more in common, and
Okay.
like even like Cliff, when we were like at brunch, I even said like, why do you keep talking about it? And then you're like, oh no, I don't know what you said after that, but I know me saying that. Okay, why are we still talking about it? Like it just was
Mm.
like kept going.
She
So
that
that's just
That's the part where I'm confused at, because at brunch I don't really feel like I brought her name up. I brought her name up that night, and that was pretty much it. Like brunch, I feel like we was talking about everything else besides that. So I don't really see myself saying that constantly. But I mean, if she feel like that, I said it multiple times. We just gonna leave it at that. She feel like I said it multiple times. So
So you guys went out the night before the brunch as well,
Mhm.
or?
yeah, we went out. Yeah, we went out that night too.
Oh, okay. Where'd you guys go that night?
I think it was Yard House.
Okay. And it was just
But
you two,
everybody
or it
was
was like
there
a,
before we got there because he
oh,
took me to
okay.
go change.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be in something a little bit more comfortable. So he took me to my Airbnb to go change, and then that's when we met everybody at your house.
Okay. So this one was more, Yard House is more like a group setting, everyone else from the show.
Right, right.
Okay.
It
I
wasn't
see.
all the matches, but it was just like a few of us.
Got it. Okay, and then brunch the next day was just the two of you guys.
Right, right.
Okay, okay. So then after brunch, what happened? Obviously, I know you had to go catch a flight. How's
Yeah, he took me to just to the catch my flight. Yeah.
okay? And how has the communication and everything been since then?
There has not been a communication.
Oh, okay. So after brunch, you guys
I
determined
mean,
that it wasn't.
after, yes, like when I got here, like back to Texas, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But like we like talked about some stuff, and I think like we wasn't on the same page, and maybe like he felt like a certain way. And then I honestly don't want to bring up this issue because I don't know if I can discuss it, but like, what was going on in this chat, and it just was like a lot that was going on. So
Okay.
it
What was
kind of
going
like,
on?
I guess like I remember asking Cliff, like, what's your like normal or usual type that you go for? I mean, he told me. And then, he asked me, and, I told him, there's a particular like nationality that I do talk to just because it's like what I'm used to. But I think he kind of took it as like I didn't want to get to know him. Like, I honestly like wanted to step out of my comfort zone. And I really was interested. Like, I really told him that I'm open and that I don't want to ever miss out on a blessing ever. So I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to say like this person is my person because he's this color or this nationality or this ethnicity. And if that makes sense. So
Okay.
I did say that, but I don't know if something else like made him not like want to communicate, because then even like we had a discussion like one night when we talked on the phone, and then you're like, oh, I'll text you in the morning, and then I didn't hear anything else from you.
Okay. And now, so Cliff, she's kind of saying you guys had a discussion. You said you were gonna call her the next day or whatever it was, and she didn't hear back from you. What would you say led to that?
Well, one thing, it was a lot of stuff going on in my head that was brought up to my attention too. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of didn't want to share it at that moment, but another thing that was brought up to me was Rose had a 53-year-old Nigerian man taking care of her. So this that was brought up to my attention as well
Oh.
from a few people that she was on the show with as well. So and then just with her when she explained the whole like she haven't really experienced African American man, and she
Oh
was
wait, I didn't say that.
she
I
said
didn't.
she
I
had
didn't say that
you said you have
because
you
I
said you
my mom is from Louisiana. I grew up with my mom. Like
but you
I've
said you have
been like
she basically said she haven't dealt with an African
I
American man
didn't
in a
say
while.
I've never dealt.
You said it's been a
I've never said I've never dealt. Please don't put words in my mouth.
bro. You said
Because
you haven't.
I consider myself Black American, even though my dad it was Nigerian. I
Mm-hmm.
consider myself Black American. I've dated so many Black American men, but I'm saying the older I got, I just started like dating like Nigerian men, and I just feel like a comfort. Like,
With the
so I'm just
Nigerians.
telling you, I haven't dated any African, I mean Black American men in a while. That's all I
The,
was saying.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm
Okay.
explaining. That I'm explaining. So
No,
she
but
hasn't.
you
Okay.
said
Sorry.
that I have never.
I said you haven't dealt with you told me that you haven't dealt with African American man in a while. So
You
her
didn't
from
say
her
in a
part
while. You
you
said,
didn't even let me finish. Can I finish
Okay.
what
Let
okay,
Let's
go
let him
ahead.
finish. Go ahead, Cliff.
so
Okay.
basically she said she haven't dealt with African American man in a while because of her past experience. Don't get me wrong. She's like she have dealt with Nigerian man as well. But
Mm-hmm.
she had some past experience with them as well. So I was like, okay, cool. But it was just giving me that, if she haven't dealt with an African American man, it just felt like, I think she was more towards like Nigerian might be more towards her preference. And then just to
Mm-hmm.
piggyback off
But
that,
you can't make that decision for me. If I said I was open to get to know you,
you was open
like,
and optimistic, but then again, a few of the girls on the show, from her episode, brought it up to my attention that she was talking to a whole Nigerian man that's 53 years old. So I was just shocked about it because I'm like, and then she was, the girls was shocked about it because they're like, why is she even on the show? And then
Mm-hmm.
wait.
and
So,
then
so you
then
saying the girls in the group said that I was talking to this guy now?
you explained it to them,
No,
right?
I was not talking. I'm not talking to this guy now. Like this was like earlier part of this year. So whatever
And it,
got
So, Ro,
missaid.
just to confirm, when you came on the
Yeah.
show, are you single?
Yes. Like I wouldn't. For them to say like this guy was taking care of me. Yes, this guy was taking care of me, but this was like way like earlier part of this year. So that had nothing to do with me. Like I literally came on the show with great intentions on
Okay.
finding somebody. So I don't like that you took what somebody else said instead of like getting it from me, because you never even asked that from me. I don't feel like that's right.
I just feel like you no because you explained it on the show to the girls and everything, and they brought it up to
But
me.
you keep saying to the girls, but you never addressed
So
me
you
about
guys
it.
never had a conversation about this.
Exactly. We never had a discussion about it. So you are going
I
by
felt
he
like
say, she
I
say.
didn't want to bring that up. I didn't want to
Because
bring that
you
because
that
I
means
feel
that
like
you
she was gonna
wasn't really
twist it.
interested.
No, it
You
wasn't
wasn't
that.
interested in getting
It
to know
just
me then.
it wasn't that. It just showed me that she was bragging about it like to the girls on the
I
show.
wasn't bragging.
Like that
Like,
was
how
just
can
the
you go by?
that was
I
just
don't
the
get
thing
it.
to
How can you go by he say, she say? I would never do that to you, because even in the group chat, I heard some stuff you were saying, but I never said, oh, I'm not going to talk to Cliff because I'm hearing this. Like, I'm 33 years old. I wouldn't go back and be like, oh, I'm not going to talk to him because I heard this. I'm an
So
adult.
Ro,
Like,
all the
I make my
girls
own
are in
decisions.
are in a group chat together.